Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Temmy and I am a YouTuber based in British Columbia in Canada. I bring you content on lifestyle, education and career in Canada in general. So if you're just coming across my channel, please do well to watch my old videos, like, share, comment, subscribe, share with as many people as possible. I was an international student in Canada and now I'm a permanent resident here in Canada. So I put together all of those experiences and I do it together and then give it to my audience. So please, if my content is something that you like, don't hesitate to subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Today's video is a part 2 of the previous video of my journey of becoming a permanent resident. The first part was the part where I put together the documents for my BC PNP application. So if you have not watched that video, I encourage you to watch that video so that you would understand what I'll be talking about in this video. So this is the part 2 of the video, and this video is majorly on the express entry side of things. In the previous video, I stopped where I said I put together all the documents, and it was for a period of 7 months before I heard back from BC government, and then they approved my application. So right after they approved the application, one day I was working from home and then I just looked at my email and I saw that express entry. I saw that email that something had changed on my express entry profile. So I went back to my profile, I logged in, and then I saw that 600 points had been added. Because to be honest, I was waiting for an email, but in hindsight, what happens is that you get the 600 points first in your express entry profile, then the certificate of nomination follows like a week after that. The government, that's the BC government, will email you. My score before the 600 points was 476, so I was in the pool already. And then when those 600 points came, it shot up to 1,076 points, so which means that automatically the next draw that the government will do, I'll most likely get an invitation to apply. So I waited, and sometime last year I went to Nigeria. So I remember that as I was landing in Nigeria and then I took my phone off airplane mode, I saw that there's a group that I'm on, and then I saw people saying they received their nomination, so I went to check. I'm like, I'm not seeing anything, what's happening? Because I know that there's this tie-breaking rule that, depending on when you opened your profile and the time. So I went back and I'm like, I've not gotten this thing. So the people were like, oh, I should not be scared, they were just encouraging me and say, just hold on, I'm sure it's going to drop within the next 24 hours. So and within the next 24 hours, I got an invitation to apply. This was May 12th. I got an invitation to apply. The score that they did then, that's the government, was 706. So automatically my points was 1,076 and 706. So I immediately got the invitation to apply. So now that I'm in Nigeria and you have that, you go on your profile, you accept the invitation. So if you don't want to proceed, you can reject it. But I went on the profile, I accepted it. So you have 60 days to put together your documents and then submit, because you're going to be seeing the days. It's going to be counting, it's going to be dropping from 60, 59, 58, on and on like that. So you have 60 days to put together your documents, and based on what you have created on your profile, they then generate a list for you to say that these are the documents that you should submit. To put on your profile that you are married, they will expect a marriage certificate, you understand? So things like that, those are the things that they will use to generate what you're going to submit. So I was in Nigeria and I looked at it that police clearance is one of the things that are required. So I'm like, okay, how can I get my police clearance done? So I was in Nigeria and I looked at it that what are some of the things that I can get since I'm in Nigeria. I used the opportunity to do my police clearance in Nigeria. Then I also, although the bank statement wasn't a requirement, but I looked at it that if I would need a bank statement, then it made sense for me to, go to the bank and get my bank history, so that it's going to reflect my salary. So because the other bank, I no longer use it, but it was my salary account at some point in time. So I needed to go back to the bank, if not to activate it, because having to stay long queues and all of that. But I'm like, you know what, even if I cannot activate the bank account, I can always get the bank statement. So I went to the bank, got that bank statement, kept it. The other account as well, I took the bank statement, I kept it, that just in case they ask me, or just in case I have to attach it. But I took together all those documents. When I got back to Canada, then I started the real application process. So I reached out to my previous employers for a reference letter, and there's a format for that reference letter that should contain certain things like your annual salary, if you're permanent full-time in that position, all the positions that you held in that company, your job description. Then it should also be signed as well, and if you can get it stamped, that's fine as well. Then it should also reflect if you were entitled to some benefits, so like leave, health insurance, all of those things would actually count. So I reached out to my previous employers. I got these letters. Then the date too was also important, because I had gotten some when I did my BC PNP application. But now that I've gotten IT, this is now post IT, so I needed them to do a new letter to reflect like new date after the invitation to apply that I received. Then for the medical, some people actually attach medical, but it depends on your situation. In my own situation, I did not need to do a new medical because I had done one when I was coming as a student, which was still valid. So some people have done here in Canada, if you are in Canada here, you may have done medical tests based on the kind of work that you do, if it's healthcare related and all of that. But I had that one and I could still like find it, so I submitted that as well. Then my current employer also, I got my verification letter from them, like the reference letter. I told them the purpose, then the my pay slip. So the thing that I did with pay slip, because what I was trying to also avoid was the situation whereby I would submit a lot of documents with the application, and then if they now reach out to me to add additional documents, I would not have additional documents and I will be stuck. So I went on Canada's website to ask that what are the actual requirements, to prove that I'm actually working with that company, or I was working with a particular company. And the reference letter was okay, but it just needed to contain everything and to reflect like your NOC that you are claiming. So I submitted the reference letters. Then that was the only thing I used for my past employment, and for my current employment, the reference letter and my pay stub. So I submitted pay stubs of 1 year each. So I submitted from 2020. I submitted one from 2023, one from 2024, and one from 2025. So at least they are still going to see that continuous employment. But for some people, they just go and get all the pay stubs. If that's what you want to do, that's okay. And if you have like enough space, that's okay. The marriage certificate as well. Then English exam, because I know that the English exam is very easy for you to forget it, because there isn't an actual space for you to upload it, so it's dicey. But you can actually combine it with your education, so there's that space for your certificate, your degrees, your transcript. Just attach the English exam as well. They are going to see it. And if there's anything that you feel that the visa officer would raise concern about, for me, I actually had to attach like a letter of explanation. So if there's anything that you feel like the visa officer, because you don't have that opportunity to be interviewed, so just try as much as possible to do a letter of explanation and explain that situation there. It's better for you to explain it than them catching it and then they are now reaching out to you to explain something further or to clarify an issue. So just explain anything that can be like a red flag, or that that can be something of concern to whoever is processing your application. So I put together all of these things, then I put in my application. I didn't rush because I wanted to ensure that I crossed all my T's and I dotted all my I's. So I didn't rush at all, because remember, you have 60 days to put all your documents together and send it in. So after I had done all of these things, then I was now waiting for biometrics. So I was like, okay, how long does biometric take and all of that? But I ended up realizing that it kind of like takes a few weeks. They review all the documents that you've submitted to ensure that it's complete. Immediately after I submitted, I got an AOR, that's an acknowledgement of receipt, that they have received my application. So I waited for about 4 weeks. I now got my instruction to go and do a biometric. So I went to do my biometrics. You know, I live in a smaller city and there isn't so much going on. So within 5 minutes, or let's say 10 minutes, I was able to do my biometric. Then after that, I could now track my application, because the IRCC actually has like a separate tracker where you can track some applications that you submit, and your PR application is actually one of it. So I created a tracker account, so I was seeing like the application in real time. So in real time, I mean that you are going to be able to see your biometrics, your background information if it has been completed, your eligibility review if it has been completed, and if your biometric has been received, and your medical, you're also going to be able to see it on the tracker, and you're going to see like the date that it was received. So, and if there's any additional documents that they ask you for, you're also going to see it on the tracker that they requested additional documents on XYZ date, you submitted on XYZ date. So I submitted it and I started following the tracker. Although I didn't want to, you know, I just took my mind off it a little, but the pressure from other people too, that I'm on other groups, and then people started getting like their approval in like a month. So I'm like, what's going on with my own? Do they need additional document? Do they need something else? Did I not do anything? What did I do wrong? Did I do something? You know, all of those thoughts started coming to my mind. But at the end of the day, what I can do is track. Then I'll give them a call. I think I gave them calls on like 2 occasions. I called, you know, I'm just checking on my application. Then I noticed that my biometric kept on saying that it had not been received. So I had to call them to say, I submitted this biometric since July, so it's still reflecting on my tracker that it hasn't been received. But the 2 people that I spoke to, they actually confirmed that it's on file. So it doesn't really matter if I'm not seeing it on the tracker, but they actually received it. So that thing didn't change at all. Then at some point, I mean my medical, because I submitted it with other documents, so my medical was passed, that it was okay and it was received. Then for the eligibility, it was there, like nothing even changed for like months. I'm like, what's going on? And if you have like a dependent, their eligibility doesn't change necessarily, because you are the principal applicant, so it's your own that they are reviewing. But for theirs, it doesn't really change. It just stays there as not started. So mine was there, and I'm like, okay, what's going on? You know, I called them. I even sent email. At some point, I said, you know what, let me order GCMS note. So I did order a GCMS note. It came in, and then I saw it. I saw that, okay, I had passed some stages. It was okay. They received my bank statement, because I didn't actually like print the bank statement out. What I did was that I went to my bank, I collected the letter. So there's this like letter where they'll put all your like details on it, how long you've opened the account for, what you have currently in the account, your credit card, what you're owing, and all of those type of information. They put it on the form. I did not submit like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months statement of account. It was just that letter. So I submitted GCMS note, and I was wondering that, okay, what next and all. But I got GCMS note. I did not hear from them. I'm like, what happened? At this point in time, all the people that were on a group together, we started our application together right from BC PNP. Like 60% had gotten like a response. What am I saying? Like 70% had even gotten responses and all. But it was just like a few of us that had not gotten anything. But as usual, I kept hope alive. Then one day I just went on the application tracker. That was in December. That was a day to my birthday. I went on the tracker, and then I just logged in. I saw that all the 4 parameters had been completed: biometric, medical, eligibility, background information, everything completed. I was very happy that day, but they had not sent me any mail or anything. So the next day, which was my birthday, they now sent me an email That was portal 1 email. So portal 1 is just like they send you an email to confirm some of the things that you've submitted, like your address, your name, if you're in Canada or if you're traveling out of Canada, all of those things. It's just an email. So they're going to tell you that if you have a dependent, they will tell you that you as the principal applicant can reply, and it's one email that you use for all your dependents, so that any correspondence will come directly to you and it's not going to be a separate part. So I feel that information for me and my dependent as well. So I just responded back to them. Then shortly after, like 3 days or so, the portal 2 came. So the portal 2 is now the portal where you go and put your address, that's your residential address, and then you upload your photo. The photo size, they have like the photo size which you are going to see on the website. But sometimes what I've realized is that depending on, you know, where you take the photo, who takes it and all of that, there are some technicalities that if you upload your photo, it might keep rejecting. It might tell you that, okay, your head is not properly aligned or your complexion is too dark. In my own case, my photo was dark, so I had to brighten it and then uploaded it. It was now accepted. So I was waiting. Then a week after, they came and sent the ECOPR, that's the electronic copy of the permanent residency, and then they were like, congratulations, you are now a PR of Canada, blah 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 blah. You know, that email and that feeling like, oh, finally. So they now said that, okay, we'll email you your permanent residency card, but the ECOPR, you can use it to go and update so many details. You can submit that to your employer. You know, you can use that to update your SIN as well, your bank, all of those places, BCID, BC services, all of those places that you need to update the information. You can use the ECOPR pending when you are waiting for your PR card, because the ECOPR is valid for 1 year. So after that, I think like the PR card takes a while before it gets to you. Mine eventually got to me almost 3 months after, but I wasn't worried at that point because I knew that they will send it. They are able to track the card as well, depending on the city that you live in, because it's going to be sent through Canada Post. So depending on the city that you live in, you can actually track it through Canada Post has an app that you can use to track it. That's if it's available in your city, so you can track it through that. But I didn't bother. I just felt like, you know what, I'm sure that they've sent my card to me, even though the other portal, that's the portal 2, because it's a separate portal where you have to create an account. Even though that portal, if I go there, it just says like my address has been received or anything. The status didn't really change, but I didn't bother for some reason. So sometime around like March of 2026, finally got my PR card. Ladies and gentlemen, and every other one, finally I received that mail in my mailbox, and even though I've opened it, but yeah, you know that feeling when you're now a permanent resident of Canada is quite fulfilling. You start thinking about the journey. Like, okay, after all these years and all of that, on and on, I just started reminiscing on the time when I was an international student. At that time, it was like my tuition was like my major goal. I just wanted to miss my tuition for the semester before it started at that point. So, you know, it was kind of like emotional, but at the end of the day, I finally got my PR. But this is not the final goal, right? We all know that the final goal is to actually get citizenship, and I'll come back and do a video for you when I get my citizenship. Don't worry, if you are currently in this boat and you don't know where your PR will come from or how it's going to happen, be rest assured that it's going to happen. Just stay proactive, and I know that there are so many policies which may look as if it's not working in your favor, but one way or the other, be prepared, be ready, have your express entry profile opened, have your English exam, have your WES evaluation. You know, something can come up at any point in time for people that are already inside Canada to apply for PR. So that's it, guys. Thank you for sticking around, and thank Thank you for being on this journey with me. At this point, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. I have a part 1 of this video, so in order to understand this part 2, you need to watch part 1. And I also film content on life in Canada, education, career, so you can go back to all my previous videos, watch, like, share, subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.